Hi, I'm Simon and welcome to the 7th episode of How Far on One Life. And in this episode I'm going to be sharing with you my one of my favourite Super Nintendo games. I know when I made my Gamer's Living Room video I said that Street Fighter 2 is my favourite game on the Super Famicom, and that's true. But this one runs a pretty close second. In fact, whenever I get the machine out to play on it, this game is normally the first cartridge in the slot. And actually, it's also a Capcom title, and it came out a little bit before Street Fighter 2 did on home systems, and it was one of the original 10 games that I got when I bought my system. You might remember, if you've seen my Gamer's Living Room episode on it, that when I bought the machine it came with 10 games because the guy, it was a second-hand sale, was selling the whole lot in a bundle. Got a very good deal on it. I mean, it was expensive, but considering the Super Nintendo wasn't actually out in the UK at that time, we still had a few more months to wait, I got a pretty good deal on it. This game is a side-scrolling shooter, and in Japan, the version I've got is called Area 88. But today I'm going to be showing you UN Squadron, which is the name it was released under in the US and the UK. I thought it might be nicer to have a little bit of English text. I can't read any Japanese and I don't know whether you can. So anyway, let's take a look at it and see how far I can get on one life. Alright, well, I'm going to be using the PlayStation... No, I'm not using PlayStation at all. I'm using the Xbox 360 controller for this game. I did want to use the PlayStation 4 controller, but unfortunately it doesn't work at all well with this particular emulator. But that's no problem. The Xbox 360 controller is very good. It's just the D-pad on it is not quite a match for that on the PS4 controller, but hey, never mind. Here we are, the legendary Mode 7 graphics. I think this was the first time I actually saw them in action, and yeah, it still looks pretty cool. And that music, it just takes me right back to the first few days of owning this machine. I think out of all of the games, this was probably my favourite piece of music. Okay, well, let's give it a go. Let's give it a blast. As you can see, you got 3 different pilots to choose from: Shin, Mickey and Greg. Shin's weapons power up more quickly than the others. Greg's plane is more durable, and Mickey's is somewhere in the middle. Obviously I was taking too long there, I was going to pick Mickey, but hey, let's go with Greg. Might last a little bit longer with his plane. Okay, so no choice of places to go. We've only got one option for the first mission, one option of a plane, and well, I'm going to take this special weapon, and probably won't use it, but if you buy them and you don't use them, you just get the money back anyway. Right. Now this game has an auto fire feature on it, but it's a little bit different to auto fire on other games, in that you get kind of a couple of seconds of auto fire and then you have to take your finger off the button and push it down again, which is different, I must say. You know, there are not that many games that employ that method of auto fire, but you know, it takes a little getting used to, but you know, I'm used to it now. Oh dear, got clipped there. Right. Oh dear, I'm making a real pig's ear of this one. Right. Luckily, he recovers very quickly from being shot. Alright. Here we go. First level boss. Pretty straightforward stuff. Just blast him full of bullets. And keep out of the way of those big nasty rockets and avoid the little ones. There we go. Pretty simple stuff. Nice. Okay. Yeah. This is just the beginning. Super cheesy grin. Thank you, Greg. So this is where this home version gets interesting. Something that at least I don't think you have the option on the arcade machine to choose which level you want to attack next, and so I'm going to go for the airborne mission. So still only one plane that I can afford, but this time I'm going to pick up an extra special weapon. So no ground targets this time, just a lot more planes. Now, I didn't mention that those red planes are very important. I'm sure you can tell they're dropping power-ups. So you have to shoot all of the planes or all of the tanks in that particular wave that are red, and then it leaves behind either a red power-up, which I believe gives you 1 additional power to your total up there in the top right. Or if you're lucky, you get a blue one, which I think either gives you 2 or 3. So always fingers crossed for those. Oh dear. Yeah. Oh. See, I'm quite thankful that this emulated version still includes the quite horrendous slowdown that this game has in it. Oh damn, missed that power-up opportunity. I really need them with this character because his plane takes a while to reach the next power level. Oh god, there goes another one. See, that is the, well, I say the problem. It's one of the problems with having a weak plane. You don't blow them up fast enough. Right, let's get rid of those clusters. Right, that's empty. Let's do that one as well. Yeah, haven't really done that much. Oh god, I'm not doing well here at all. Oh god. That's it, one more hit and it's good night for me. So, there we go. That is the end of my run on UN Squadron. Well, not my best attempt ever at that, unfortunately. I was hoping to get to a third stage. I mean, there is no fixed third stage in this game. Once you get past the first level, then you can start choosing your options about which stage you want to attack next. However, as it often does, that second stage takes a life away from me. I suppose it doesn't matter which second stage I choose. They're all probably equally tricky, but the planes, if you don't take them down, they get closer, and then you're forced, once they get to your home base or your airfield, you're forced to do that airborne mission. So I thought I might as well get it out of the way as soon as possible. But hopefully you can see what a cool game this is. If you haven't seen it before and you don't own it, and you do own a Super Nintendo or a Super Famicom, I think it's a title that's worthy of being in anyone's collection, unless of course you hate shoot-em-ups. Do those people exist? I'm sure there's one or two of you out there. I have no idea what this game goes for these days. I'd imagine probably £15 to £20 for a Japanese copy. For a US import, they tend to cost more in the UK than their Japanese counterparts. So I don't know. Maybe have a word with Pete SNES-tastic. I'm sure he can tell you. I'm sure he knows the exact price off the top of his head. Well, anyway, thank you very much for watching. From my spare room to wherever you are, this is Simon signing off. Bye-bye.